All right, welcome to today's workshop, How to Optimize Your Website for Maximum Conversion. I'm Matt Parsons, the owner of Sharpline Marketing. We work with painting contractors to increase their sales and grow their businesses by getting their internet marketing right. So I'm excited to have you all here today. Let me share my screen here and get into it. All right. Well, thank you all for being here today. Before we fully dive into optimizing your website for conversions, I want to introduce the framework that guides everything we do online for internet marketing. This is the accelerated growth roadmap. It outlines 9 clear steps to triple your sales by getting your internet marketing right. So there are 3 main areas that we focus on: driving leads, maximizing conversion, and optimizing results. So you drive your leads, you get from social media, organic search, paid ads. You maximize those conversions through your website, having great Google reviews, and optimizing or automating your follow-up. And then optimize results. So you track everything. You track your marketing spend, your average cost per lead, and ultimately you improve your return on investment. So we're just going to focus on your website. And by the end of this webinar, hopefully you'll have a good understanding of these steps and some actionable strategies to increase your website's conversion rate and grow your business. First, before we get started or jump into that, how many of you already have a website that's getting calls and emails? Give me a yes in the comments if you are. Okay. Well, yeses. Great. Okay, yeah, and now if you do have a website, but maybe it's not generating any customers or not enough customers, do you feel like your website accurately represents the history and work that your company does? So give me a 1 in the chat if it does, and a 2 if it doesn't. The 2 if you're not happy with how it's doing. All right. Bunch of 1s, okay. A couple 2s. All right, so my mission today, again, thank you everyone for taking the time to join. We put a lot of effort into these workshops, so it means a lot that you're here live. My mission is simple. It's to help you optimize your website for maximum conversions, turning your visitors into customers, right? By the end of the workshop, like I said, I want you to walk away with some actionable strategies to ensure your website is working for you around the clock, whether it's capturing leads, booking estimates, or showcasing your best work. And whether you're just starting out or you're looking to improve your current website, this will equip you with those tools to make sure your site's driving your business forward. Now, our agenda here for the next 30 to 40 minutes, we're gonna start by identifying the common issues that are preventing your website from converting visitors into leads and customers. So understanding those challenges will set the stage for the solutions. We'll go over the key elements of a high converting website, right? We'll dive into the specific features and strategies that make a website convert. Then we have a few real life examples. I'll show you some websites that we've built that are converting well for painting contractors and why they work. And then we have some tools and tech that we use with our clients that make that follow-up sequence a little easier, or it makes a huge difference in capturing those leads. So, all right. Sound good? Let me know in the chat if you're ready to dive in. Great. Okay, so starting with the problem. Most painting businesses that we talk with invest a significant amount of time and money into their website. Whether you're just starting out and you're building it yourself, or you've hired an agency to do that for you, you're expecting it to generate leads. But the reality is a lot of websites simply aren't converting. Maybe you've seen this yourself. You're getting visitors to the site. They're clicking through from your social media, but they're not picking up the phone. They're not filling out that contact form, and you're not booking estimates. And a lot of times that's because the website is not optimized to convert visitors into leads. You could have the best looking website out there, but if it's missing those key elements that make it easy for potential customers to take action, you're leaving money on the table. And the problem is that many websites are missing that clear path for visitors to follow. There's no strong call to action, no urgency, no compelling reason for someone to choose your services over the competition. Maybe your site's slow, maybe it isn't mobile friendly. There could be a handful of things, and it's frustrating because maybe you're investing in SEO, you're running ads, and you're building your online presence, but it's not leading to jobs. And at the end of the day, that problem comes down to that your website is not built to convert. And most advertising will come back to your website, right? Obviously, if you have the SEO, the social media, and the search ads, customers end up on your site. But also, if you have ads on your trucks, you have yard signs, or if you're running billboard ads, what ultimately happens is once the customer's ready to call, they're most likely going to search your company online and end up on your website looking for a way to contact. So if your website isn't built to convert, it's going to negatively impact all the other advertising and brand awareness that you have in your area. So why is conversion so important? Let's take a look. We have two scenarios here that illustrate why it's so critical for your business. So in scenario one, we have a website, gets 400 visitors per month, has a 5% conversion rate, which is pretty low in terms of what we're seeing in websites. And that means only 20 of those visitors become leads by filling out a form or calling your business. Now, if 30% of those leads convert into actual booked jobs, you'll end up with 6 booked jobs. And we'll say an average is $5,000, depending on the season, and interior, exterior, we'll just do an average of 5,000. That gives you a total of 30,000 for the month, right? Now, scenario two, it's the same website, same visitors, same conversion rate. So you're getting not the same conversion rate, the same amount of visitors, but a better conversion rate. Your website is actually converting those visitors to leads. And now you're generating 60 leads. So you have the same traffic, right? And you keep the same conversion rate on your end of turning those leads into booked jobs, you now have 18 booked jobs. With that same $5,000 average transaction, you've now tripled your revenue with the same amount of website traffic. So why is conversion so important? It's the difference between making 30,000 and 90,000 a month without any additional investment in traffic. Just by improving your website's ability to convert visitors into leads and then into booked jobs, you can triple your revenue. And that's why focusing on website optimization is one of the most impactful things you can do for your business. And we have a quick example here just on how conversion can help. We have Laney's here. You can see on the left. Beforehand, they had a website. It had all their info on it, but no real call to action, right? It was a little, the elements weren't all in place where they should be. After, you can see an easy phone number. There's a form to request a service right online. And you can see here in their dashboard, just a snapshot in time, how it goes from, 55 calls up to, I think it's about 300. So just by updating their website, updating those conversion elements, really led to an uptick in those phone calls. So now we have 12 elements, 12 critical elements to enhance conversion. So these are the main elements we look at when building out a website. So one, I'll just run through these really quick. You want to speak to your target avatar, right? So these are your customers. Who are they? What are their fears and frustrations, right? Why should they choose you over any other painting business? You don't leave a mess. You're on time. You call them back, right? Those types of things. And be real. Use authentic images. Put your team up there on the website. Use video, right? As the owner, if you're the owner, you can take video introducing yourself, explaining why someone should contact you versus the competition. You want to leverage social proof. You want to put your online reviews on your webpage, on your homepage, right? You put a lot of work into getting your customers to leave those reviews. You really should be leveraging those on your website. You need to get the basics in order. Put the phone number in the right-hand corner. Make sure there's a web form visitors can fill out, right? And then add credibility. If you're part of organizations, maybe your local chamber of commerce, Better Business Bureau, PCA, if you're a part of that, all those things help. And then ensure you have clear call to action on each page. And that should speak to your customer and tell them exactly what to do next. You don't just want a contact page and hope they find it. When you, on your page that talks about your interior painting, you want to have a call to action that says book your estimate for interior painting here. Very straightforward and easy for the customer to find. You also want to use special offers and coupons if you have those that match the service they're in, or that they're in need of. Make sure your website is mobile optimized with an easy click to call function, right? I don't know if you've ever been on a website where you try to click and dial the phone number and you have to highlight it and copy it and put it into your switch apps to make the phone call. You want to make it as easy as possible, especially this day and age. We've also seen some good results leveraging live chat. And now you can set it up so your live chat is actually sending you a text message. So you also gain the user's phone number and then you're texting back and forth. You want to start giving clients the option to book online. If it's possible, if you have a CRM, you can hook that up so they're booking their estimate online right there, and then you follow up with that and confirm that appointment. Your site speed matters. It's very important. People are not going to wait for your website to load. They're going to close it and go back, pick another company. And again, engage via SMS. So text messaging, phone automation. We've seen this help a lot with follow-ups. Once somebody fills out a form on your website, you use automation to follow up immediately. That way, if you're out on a job, you're with another customer, that new lead is already being engaged, right? So those are the 12 elements. I know I kind of ran through that pretty quick, and we'll kind of go over it a little more in some examples here, but just give me a one if that kind of makes sense. There's a lot in there that we're gonna unpack. All right. Yeah. Great. Okay. So now we'll kind of jump into is your website set up to convert visitors into customers? And here's a real world example of a website we built. And these are some simple but powerful elements, right? In those that every painting contractor website should have. So on this one specifically, I want to talk about the location of those of that key information, right? One of the most important things you need to do is make sure your phone number is in that top right corner of your website. It's just how we read websites, how we go online. We look from left to right. You want your phone number there on the right-hand side. It gives us what we've seen the best results. The eye naturally gravitates to that top right corner. Next, you want to think about offering, you want to have multiple ways to convert, right? Some people might be at work. They can't pick up the phone and call you right away. So that's where the chat feature might come in handy. Or you see on this website, there's a schedule of free estimate button, right? So they have multiple options to convert. and that increases the chance that they're going to take action. You know, most leads we see do come from phone calls. And for many of you, the phone will remain that primary method, but offering those online booking forms and making it easy for the customer to find them um, uh, can really, you know, it's a really critical. Um, and that's especially true, right? For busy homeowners. They don't have the time, like I was saying, to make that phone call. So by putting those key elements in place, your phone number in the right spot, multiple ways to convert, online booking options, you'll make it easier for customers to take that next step and turn into a lead. So that simple optimization can drastically improve your conversion rate. I'd say that's number one that we do to generate more business without increasing your marketing spend. Okay. Next is what we want to look at landing pages. So if you are running ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, when you're paying for traffic, you want to make sure those visitors land on a page that's optimized specifically for converting. So that means your landing page should be designed with one clear goal: to get visitors to take action, right? Whether that's calling you, booking an estimate, submitting a form. Unlike a homepage that has a ton of information about your business, a landing page should be laser focused on a single service or offer, right? So if you're advertising for exterior repaints, you want to have a website, a landing page that just talks about exterior repaints, maybe a discount or a coupon that they can use to fill out the form. So how that works is when someone clicks on an ad, they're already interested, right? Those are when they're searching on Google, it's we call them today buyers, right? Your job is to make the next step easy and obvious, right? You reduce distractions, have them focus on a specific service and providing that clear call to action, like get your free estimate, or call now for an appointment, right? You're guiding them straight to that conversion. And it's also important with any website, but a landing page, you want it mobile friendly. Most people are clicking ads from their phone. So it needs to load quickly, be easy to navigate on mobile devices, and make sure there's that click to call button so they can contact you with a single step. So to sum that up, landing pages, they should be focused, easy to navigate, designed to capture leads. You see on this landing page, there are menu items. They're not in this screenshot, but they all just scroll down to different sections on this page. So it doesn't give the potential customer, they're not going to end up clicking through your site and then leaving, forgetting why they were there, right? Very laser focused. Okay. Next thing here, we want to showcase your social proof. One of the most powerful elements you can include on your website is this social proof, right? Being online today, homeowners want to know they can trust you before they pick up the phone or book a service. And that's where that social proof comes in. It's your way of showing potential customers others have already had a great experience with your painting business, right? So customer reviews, this site specifically is pulling in Google reviews, but if you could do testimonials, before and after project photos, those all build credibility and they reassure new visitors that they're making the right choice by contacting you, right? So no matter how good you say you are, nothing speaks louder than what other people say about you. So make sure you're showcasing your reviews. If you can give video testimonials, those are great. It adds a personal human element to social proof and engages visitors in a way that plain text can't. And of course, always before and after photos, right? Showcasing real projects that you've completed. We really like to do project pages so you can showcase a before and after, talk about the products, talk about the project, and that can really help showcase your social proof to build trust with your audience, and that trust translates directly into more leads, more book jobs, and ultimately more revenue for your business. All right, next here we got is your website mobile friendly? So let's shift gears and talk about being mobile friendly, right? Something that can make or break your website's ability to convert. 70% of website visitors are most likely coming from mobile devices. So if your website doesn't work well on a phone, you're losing a huge chunk of potential business right off the bat. And here's what we mean by mobile friendly, right? It needs to be, all phones are different sizes now, right? So it needs to be adaptable to all different sizes. It needs to load quickly, and it needs to provide an easy experience for someone navigating on their phone. If they have to pinch and zoom or scroll all the way down, they're going to leave. They're going to, get frustrated and leave, find a website that's easier to use. So one of the easiest things that we've seen that helps improve conversions on mobile is this click to call button right at the top. Makes it super easy for visitors to reach out, a single tap. They don't have to copy a phone number, paste it in, or they don't have to look for it on the site. They're not searching for a contact page. So it's all about reducing friction for your potential customers and making the next step as simple and seamless as possible. You also need to make sure that the navigation is easy to use and intuitive, right? A clean, simple layout. You don't need to do anything fancy or have super large blocks of text. People on mobile devices are in a hurry, right? They're looking for something specific. So you want to make sure they can find the information they need in just a few steps. And next is, especially on mobile, but does your website load quickly? You can use, Google has a tool, pagespeed.web.dev. You put your URL in there and it gives you performance on a few different things, but it'll show you how fast it's loading. There's a ton of metrics that this prints out. And if you click on a website and it takes forever to load, you're just going to hit the back button, right? And your customers are going to do the same exact thing if your website doesn't load fast enough. The reality is, if your website takes more than 3 seconds to load, you're losing visitors. And people don't have the patience to wait around. So it directly impacts that user experience. Also, Google uses site speed as a ranking factor. So if your site is slow and you're losing visitors because they're waiting for your site to load, Google is going to rank you lower in the search results, which again makes it harder for people to find you in the first place. So you need to make sure your website loads quickly. You can use this tool. There's another one called GT Metrics. And both those tools give you a clear picture of kind of how fast your site is. And like I said, there's more metrics in here, but it'll tell you a little more of what elements are slowing it down. Some common fixes we've seen are optimizing images. If you have really high quality large images, you can compress those down and make sure they're optimized for the web. Depending on how your website is built, there's a lot of scripts, a lot of WordPress plugins that can really slow a website down. So you need to make sure those are optimized, they're streamlined. You don't have a lot of extra code or plugins that'll slow that down. Third thing is your hosting service. If you have a very low cost hosting service, it might, they call it shared hosting. So you're sharing that server that your website comes from with a lot of other websites. So it has the potential to slow yours down if that server is overloaded. So you need to make sure you're on a good hosting plan, and after you've run your site speed, you can see if that might be one of the things you need to update is switching your hosting. So at the end of the day, speed matters, right? For both keeping visitors on your site and improving your search rankings. So take a few minutes, make sure your site's load time isn't an issue, and make those changes. You'll likely see an improvement in your conversion rate just with site speed. All right, so I think we've gone through most of the on-page elements that really drive those conversions. And hopefully you got some actionable items out of those to really help improve your website to generate more leads or convert those leads into customers. One of the last things I want to talk about here is the tools and tech. One of the biggest challenges we've seen for painting contractors, even if they are generating leads, it's converting those leads. If you're not following up quickly and consistently, you're likely losing a significant amount of those potential customers, right? You're on a job. If you don't pick up your phone or get back to them, they've already called your competitor, right? You've already called another painting contractor and moved on. So 50 to 60% of inbound leads leave unconverted, right? And 90% we've seen of web forms fail to convert. And that's because the leads aren't followed up. You know, it needs to be within 15 minutes or they're going cold, right? They expect fast responses. And if they don't get one from you, they'll simply move on to the next contractor. And that's where automation can make a big difference. Setting up automated follow-ups. You ensure every lead gets an immediate response, whether they've called, submitted a web form, or reached out via text. Imagine if someone fills out a form on your website for a quote. With automation in place, they receive a text message or an email confirming their request instantly, right? Along with the call to action like, thanks for reaching out, we'll be in touch, you know, schedule your free estimate, right? So there's a quick response that keeps them warm and engaged. And we've seen a huge increase in conversions by doing that. So that also, on top of that, the average customer must be followed up with between 5 to 7 times before they're actually ready to book, right? A lot of people are getting multiple prices, multiple estimates, right? So that follow-up is very important. Most contractors don't have the time or the resources, or it's simply getting lost to make, you know, to make that many manual follow-ups. So again, automation can help a lot there. Automated systems, they can send a series of follow-up text or emails over the course of a few days or weeks, making sure your business stays top of mind without you having to actually make those phone calls or send those emails. And another key point, you know, today's consumers prefer text messages, right? It's easy for them to communicate with you while they're at work. So make sure your automation, if you have a CRM, is offering that text messaging service. It makes it easy for leads to follow up. You have another point of contact with them. They can get quotes or schedule appointments. You can check in before the appointment. So it not only improves their experience, but also increases the likelihood that they'll choose you over the competition. So in short, automation helps you respond faster, follow up consistently, and connect with your leads in a way that's convenient for them. It's one of the most effective ways to boost that conversion rate and ensure that more of your leads turn into paying customers. Okay. And that's, yeah, the automation. So before we wrap up, I just wanted to thank you again for taking the time to be here. I hope you're walking away with some actionable insights on how to optimize your website for maximum conversion and truly grow your painting business. Now, as we've covered, there are a lot of moving parts when it comes to your online presence, whether it's improving your website speed, showcasing your social proof, leveraging automation to convert more leads. Every piece plays a critical role in your success. So if you'd like, we're happy to offer a free online marketing plan review. We'll go over your online visibility. You know, it will include a custom keyword list of the most important search terms for your business in your area, what people are searching for to find you and where you're showing up. A ranking report on where exactly you do show up in those search results. And then we'll have a detailed look at online directory listings, making sure you're showing up correctly. It has your right phone number, your right email across all platforms, which sends great signals to Google to help you show up in those search results. We'll also we'll look at your online reviews and reputation. Social proof is a huge thing in converting more leads. We'll look at your social presence, make sure you're engaging with your audience. And finally, we'll do a full analysis of your website and its conversion elements. So we'll point out areas for improvement and give you some actionable steps to turn more visitors into paying customers. There's no obligation. This is just a free marketing review that we'll do. So, I encourage you to take advantage of it. You can schedule it by giving us a call, 888-905-9351, or visit our website, sharplinemarketing.com/calendar to book a time that works best for you. So remember, these are small improvements we've talked about today. You can make small elements, moving small elements, they can have a huge impact on your business. And I'm here to help you make that happen. So again, thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing from you, or I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you all succeed. So thanks again. Thank you all for being here, and have a great day.